So it's not hard to get pressure on Seattle Seahawks MVP caliber quarterback Russell Wilson. It's like me waking up in the morning just being handsome. Like, it just happens, right? It's just part of nature, right? So for all the love that Seattle GM John Schneider gets, all of the big trades, all of the draft day wizardry, blah, 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 he has basically treated the offensive line of the Seahawks like a science experiment. They just really is like, well, we'll trade for Dwayne Brown, who's solid, respect. But then the rest of it over the years has been, yikes. Like, remember George Fant? Cool. Like, for as much heat as Rick Spielman gets for Rick ignores the offensive line, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. And also, the greatness of Russell Wilson just covers up a lot of the stinkiness of that offensive line. Like, he is Dracarnor. He is like a good cologne, just covering up all of that BO. It ain't good, right? But Russell is also used to being under pressure. That's actually where he thrives. He year in, year out, has one of the highest under pressure quarterback ratings. He's like the inverse of Kirk Cousins in a lot of ways. And here's where Russ has ranked in terms of quarterback pressure since 2012. Came in as a rookie as the third-round pick out of NC State. So percentage of dropbacks, you get heat. So second in 2012, first, second, third, first, fourth, third, and then fifth this year. Like, woo, they're improving. Sample size, whatever. And now part of that is via the offensive line being bad. And the rest of it is Russell just inviting pressure because he knows that he can scramble, he can use his legs and make plays, and not just like take off and run, a la Christian Ponder, Charlie Skedaddle. We're talking about Russ will take pressure, and then he'll move the pocket, he'll drop back 20 yards, keep it downfield, just unleash a 50-yard bomb to DK or Lockett, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'm Fran Tarkenton back here, B. Get out of here. I'm Russell Wilson. In fact, he's actually tied for the Seahawks lead in terms of pressures allowed this year with 9. So a lot of this is on Russ. And you do have to be more careful rushing Russell Wilson, tongue twister, than you would say a quarterback like Kirk Cousins. Like Kirk, you just pin your ears back, you tee off, and just like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. And even if he steps up in the pocket, it's no big deal. He's not going to run unless it's that big fourth down against Houston. Russell, he's not Lamar Jackson, he's not Michael Vick, but he certainly can hurt you. And not just by taking off for rushing yards, which he certainly does, but like we said, it's keeping a play alive with his eyes downfield and still just... And there's nothing more frustrating like third and long, like somehow it's like 3rd and 12, right? And then you have Russ, you're bringing a blitz, and you have good coverage downfield, and you're getting home, and then he squirts out, and then he completes like a 14-yard, just schoolyard, just like, get out of here. So key is edge rushers must contain. They cannot lose the edge. And also defenders need to maintain the rush lanes on the inside. Keep their assignments, maintain their gaps. And that's where you hear the term mush rush when it comes to mobile quarterbacks. Because pass rushers cannot over pursue past Russell Wilson. It opens up lanes for him to run or for him to move. And then also just keep unleashing downfield. So Seattle's offensive line, where can you hammer him? So left to right, left tackle Dwayne Brown. Now, he missed practice on Wednesday with a knee, so even if he plays, he could be diminished, which could be big for the Vikings. Left guard Mike Iupati, the former San Francisco 49er. I think he came out of Fresno State. Center Ethan Posich, who I really like coming out of LSU because Posich has actually played all 5 positions, both in college and in the NFL. But he's at center now. He's locked in. He's doing pretty good. Right guard rookie Damian Lewis, also from LSU, not the actor from Billions or Band of Brothers. Both great shows. Right tackle Brandon Shell. Now, Brandon Shell and Rick Dennison go way back like chiropractic. So 2017, Shell was starter for the Jets. He surrendered 23 pressures and 6 sacks under the tutelage of then Jets offensive line coach / OC / run game coordinator, whatever he was, Rick Dennison, right? This year he's given up 9 pressures and 2 sacks. So Dennison already has the dossier. He knows Shell's strengths, weaknesses, mainly weaknesses. So hopefully he's sharing that with Andre Patterson and the defensive guys so they can get after on the right side as well. This offensive line has given up a combined 33 pressures and 4 sacks on only 168 pass blocking reps. And again, that number is pretty depressed because game script, Seattle has been leading for a lot of their games. So, I mean, Zimmer, Zimmer's got to get after it. This defensive line's got to get after it. Afadi's got to get going. Like, he's been leading the Vikings in pressures the last 2 games. He really stepped up. He just hasn't quite got home yet. There's a little bit of puck luck when it comes to sacks. I think he'll rectify that. Yannick Ngakoue already has 4 sacks on the season. He is bringing that heat. He's on pace for 16 sacks this year, which would be a phenomenal season. So prime time, he's got to bring it as well. Plus, anyone on the interior, please step up. Like Jaleel, step up. Stefan, can you get home? Even though pass rushing isn't really his thing. Armand Watts, can he shine bright? How about James Lynch? Can we get some James Lynch one time? Hercules Mataafa, the double A gap look that Zimmer ramped up the usage and frequency against the Texans. Oh, look, it worked. It worked. And yes, without Anthony Barr, Eric Wilson is actually the best pass rushing linebacker the Vikings have. That includes Eric Hendricks, by the way. So having them up in the A gaps, mugging, doing some great things, that's got to happen. And Zimmer has gotten heat on Russell in the last 2 matchups. Again, yes, the last 2 years, the primetime matchup in Seattle, the schedule makers are on the payroll. Well, it's just happenstance, right? Again, yes, those 2 games were with Danielle Hunter, but 2019, he got 7 pressures and 2 sacks on Russ. One of the sacks was by Afadi. 2018, he got 18 pressures and 2 sacks on Russell Wilson. So the Vikings can bring the stank even on the road. And remember, those are with fans, even though that doesn't really impact. Whatever. And yes, again, no Danielle Hunter, but Unique the Freak Ngakoue is here, and he has a chance to hunt, especially if Dwayne Brown misses, like we said, or is diminished with that knee injury. So the Vikings got to bring the stank. And again, 1 big-time sack, maybe 1 strip sack, which is Yannick's specialty, just 1 pressured throw that is off the mark, and then Cameron Tiny Dantzler has his first career interception. Woo! That could change the game. Just 1 defensive play can completely swing things on Sunday Night Football, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game. All right, so your thoughts. Getting heat on Russell Wilson. Woo! Bringing that habanero ghost pepper chili Tabasco sauce on him. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.